All right, so Michael Mariano sent us a message on Facebook saying, aloha, smiley face, shaka hands. A few more weeks and I still haven't decided on what our plan will be. Scary, smiley face to both of them. So my wife and the two kids, 4 and 3 years old, will be traveling in a self-contained Maui River camper, starting from Queenstown and dropping the van in Christchurch. With so many good things to see in New Zealand, I just couldn't decide on which place to go. 5 days is not enough. Yes, it's not enough.
Not enough.
Let's go through your itinerary.
Okay, so what do we have?
All right, cool.
On the map.
So you got 5 days to go from Queenstown to Christchurch. So our plan will be to go from Queenstown to Wanaka, to Franz Josef, to Hokitika, and to Christchurch. All right, just a quick disclaimer, 5 days is definitely not enough. I cannot stress that enough. This is a very, very, very short itinerary. And yeah, so definitely not enough, that's for sure. But we basically had to cut a lot of corners, right? You want to go from Queenstown to Christchurch right here. You basically have 2 routes. You can go up the West Coast and visit that. But, you know, we already said about 3 times during this live session that we love the West Coast. So obviously we will pick this one. And your other options will be go through here. So the option that we did not pick will include going from Queenstown to Dunedin, then going to around Lake Tekapo, then Mount Cook, then Christchurch. That's the one that we didn't choose, but you have the option. You can write those one down, do your research, and see if that will work for you. Now, the one that we chose for you will be going from Queenstown to Wanaka, to Franz Josef, to Hokitika, and then making your way to Christchurch, and we'll tell you why right now.
Okay.
Laura, do you want to get started? When you're in Queenstown.
So when you're in Queenstown, you really have a huge amount of options there. If you're into adventure activities, you could all your bungee jumps, skydives, all that are there. But also because you are traveling with kids, there's some really fun family-friendly activities to do. For instance, the luge, which is on top of the gondola in Queenstown. It's basically downhill go-karting. You can get your kid on your lap and go on the go-karts down the hill. That's a really cool thing to do with kids. There's also jet boat rides to do. I think you can take kids on those. So there's also, well, there's plenty of walks you can be doing. There's some really awesome places to eat along the lakefront, get an ice cream.
Yeah, take the kids up the gondola already. They're just going to love it. That's the only thing you need to do. Just go on the gondola, look at the views there.
Yeah, gondola is the first place to go. Okay.
Then we're moving on to Wanaka. So it's not too long of a drive. So what we kept in mind as well is that we wanted to keep your drives rather short because, well, you drive with them 4 years old and 3 years old.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily want to be stuck in your car for 8 hours a day because that would be a nightmare. So going all the way to Wanaka will be taking you about between an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, I think it's about an hour. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you have to stop for the kids, it's an hour and a half, otherwise an hour.
Yeah.
But it will take you about an hour to go down to Wanaka. Wanaka is an absolutely beautiful place. It's more of a scenic kind of place, so walk alongside the lake. You're going to find that it's very different here in New Zealand. The lakes have waves, not really big waves, but they kind of have waves. The kids really love that. You can go to that Wanaka tree to see this tree kind of growing from the water and take this amazing picture.
Puzzling World
you can
for
go
the kids.
You can go to Puzzling World, which the kids are absolutely going to love. It is a museum for optical illusions. I mean, if that's not for kids, I don't know what is. It's really awesome. It's really fun. I mean, we had a blast, and we have a video on the channel about Puzzling World, so check it out so you see if the kids will be. I think you guys need to see that. If the kids would like it or not. But then after you drive to Franz Josef.
Kind of like,
yeah, now I think first the drive to Franz Josef is going to be absolutely amazing. Driving down here is going to be the Haast Pass. You can stop at Thunder Creek Falls, which is about a 10-minute walk only to a beautiful waterfall. So the kids are going to love that. One of the most kid-friendly walk toward the waterfall, I think. The car park also is very wide and very easy. So for you driving a big RV, it's going to make it very simple and very easy, which is always nice. So I think that is the perfect pit stop alongside the way. So when driving to Franz Josef, you stop at beautiful Thunder Creek Falls. Then you keep on driving, and then you arrive at Franz Josef. Now, Franz Josef has one of the most accessible glacier in the country. Now, in case the weather is not that good in Franz Josef, on the day you leave Wanaka, you call those guys and you say, hey, are you going to be operating today? They're going to say yes or no. If they don't, you can stop at Fox Glacier, which is just beforehand, and you have two choices to visit the glacier when coming to New Zealand. I personally really believe that you should get your kids on the glacier to make them understand the value of protecting our planet. The glaciers have been receding a lot, and they probably will be disappearing by the time they're old enough to come to New Zealand and travel. It's the truth, but it's exactly what it is, because they're probably going to come to travel in New Zealand in 15 to 20 years if they want to come on their own, and the glaciers are going to be very small, or maybe not even here. So make sure to actually get them on the glaciers, get them to visit it, get them to understand the value of that.
So getting on the glacier is going through a heli hike.
Yes.
But alternatively, if the helicopters aren't running that day, you can also walk to the glacier. There's a couple of glacier hikes. Yeah, so they're quite flat walks. They're not too hard for children. So that's another really awesome option to do. You can do that both at Franz Josef or Fox Glacier.
Then you make your way to Hokitika. Where can they stop along the way in Hokitika?
Well, they can stop at the Punakaiki Pancake Rocks, which is an easy, about 10 to 20 minute loop walk. It's all like asphalt, tarmac, pavement, so it's really easy walking, and it's really cool to see all these like rock formations that basically look like stacked pancakes. So that's really cool. That's a really cool thing to do, an easy walk for the kids. Anywhere else you can go. Also visit. There's a cave at Punakaiki as well. So it's a really short, basically short.
It's not even a walk. You arrive. The cave is here.
There's a cave just basically off the side of the road.
Yeah.
You'll see the Department of Conservation sign. It's a green and yellow sign. It will say Punakaiki Cavern.
Don't be scared. There's only one road, so you won't miss it. There's one road, one sign. So don't.
So park up nearby where it's safe to do so, and you can just basically walk into the cave and go check that out, which is obviously a really fun thing to do.
In Hokitika, you get obviously it's a beautiful beach. It's world famous for its sunset. It has a lot of driftwood. But if you do feel like you want something super memorable, because you have kids, I would do something short, not too long. So I wouldn't be carving a greenstone, which takes the whole day, but I would do some bone carving. So there is a team over there called the Skeleton Crew Carving Studio. They're really awesome, and it will take you about an hour and a half to 2 hours to carve yourself a necklace made of bone, and they will help you do like some Maori kind of design, everything like that. They are absolutely awesome, and I feel like can be pretty cool. Maybe you and your wife can be carving each necklace that you can give to each of your kids. That can be quite a fun way to remember that, and it will be something that you do yourself with the help of professional carvers. So I think like hitting the Skeleton Crew would be really cool. So I'll definitely do that in Hokitika. And then we drive towards Christchurch, and the drive is fantastic. That's going to be your longest drive, but it's really beautiful. There's a lot of place to stop at.
Yeah, so this drive goes through the Arthur's Pass National Park, and the drive itself is basically the activity. You get to go through stunning mountain scenery. There's a few places to stop along the way. There's a few short walks to go to some waterfalls, for instance. Devil's Punch Bowl is one of the really famous ones to head to. There's also the little village of Arthur's Pass midway through, so you can stop there and get yourself...
Little is the word right here.
Yeah, it's very small. Yeah, so you can stop here, grab yourself a coffee or, some snacks and things, and enjoy the scenery as you're making your way towards Christchurch.
One of the really good things about Arthur Pass road, I feel, is that almost every single kind of stop alongside the road, you will have really beautiful views, you will have waterfall, those kind of things. So it's kind of like, it is going to be an entertaining drive for the kids.
Yeah.
It's not going to be something where you just stuck like you're probably used to in the US, where you drive on the highway for super long and that there's, just service stations along the way. That doesn't happen here. So, you fill up in Hokitika, and then you're not going to fill up at all until here, and there's going to be a lot of things to do along the way. So so that's going to be quite cool, I think.
Yeah.
And then you're having Christchurch, and I think you're not going to have any time to explore Christchurch, but if you do have time, check out the Christchurch Gardens. Christchurch is called the Garden City for a reason. There is also some amazing museums. The Canterbury Museum comes to mind. It's really nice. You can do a city bus tour, those kind of like red bus that are open on top.
Double-decker bus.
So you go on here and you can point out to the kids plenty of things and see the devastation that an earthquake can have on the city, which is very interesting. And if you do actually have some time, just drive to the Banks Peninsula and go check out some amazing wildlife, which is absolutely unmissable. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That is how we will spend only 5 days going from Queenstown to Christchurch, man. It's just 5 days, really. You can't take longer. But try to make it work. I think this is the best plan you can have.
Yeah.
But that's only our opinion. Again, I'll give you another option at the beginning of this video. So yeah. If you guys have some questions of your own, make sure to put them in the comment below, put them in the live chat right now. Make sure to give us a like and a subscribe if you do find that useful. We are here every week.